It hit me hard. I mean, it really did. And my pops, he really stayed in my head going to the games. He was just like, LeRon, you gonna sit regardless. If you get out there, do what you do, shoot that ball, son. You gonna sit whether you make the shot or you miss the shot. So at least take your shot.
That's true.
And that really,
that's good stuff.
that blew my mind. That blew my mind because people don't realize you're an athlete. Your confidence be so fragile when you're not playing. You questioning yourself. You got friends. You got family. You answering text messages. Like everybody want to answer. You like, I'm going through it. I'm feeling it. I want to look. I want to answer too for it. So it's like it's.
I think people that the hall walkers, so to speak, right, always assume that's easy. I don't like watching games like NFL game. I'm a big NFL guy, right? I don't like to go watch NFL games at a bar or something during the season. It drives me crazy. Why? Because the people that don't put in the work are the biggest critics. People that don't know what it is to grind.
That's in life.
That's exactly what we're talking about. What else are we
Everything.
talking about?
I'm just saying,
But
it carries over to everything.
And you can talk about that if you want, Shirley, because it is life. Like the people that are not willing to take their shot, put that time in.
Always have the most to say.
Always have the most to say.
The loudest in the room is the what? The weakest in the room.
Do more, say less, right?
Yeah.
So, started to talk about that. I mean, it obviously hit home with you a little bit here. Like, what do you think about that? How do you tune that out? And LeRon obviously had to because he was in that same situation. Like, man, you just recruited me here. Now you know, recruiters, they feed you a little, you know.
It's a business. It's a business.
It is a business.
I learned
Business.
that.
Absolutely a business. So talk about that. Like,
Well, I'm going to kind of just ask y'all because I, was never in college sports.
yeah, but you competed.
I did compete. But my question is, do you think that they do that on purpose to humble you, to get your mind right, to see, first of all, where you're at mentally, right? Because if people are put in that situation where they're just going to sit the bench, it could go one of two ways. Somebody could get so hot and heated about it, they're like, screw this, I'm out. Or it builds that character, it builds that patience, it builds that endurance, it builds that tough skin, So for y'all, I mean, is that something that you feel that coaches, it's strategy. It's to see what their players are made of, or do you really just think they're just being butt heads and I don't know.
I'll let you take that. Go ahead.
Now where I am mentally and looking back, you get past the journey, you can look back almost like a bird's eye view. I feel like it's like they feel they have to do that because you're coaching young men. Mm-hmm. Some of these guys think they are way better than they are, and you got a system to run because you look, as a coach, you got to win. I'm just being honest.
That's how they feed their family.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the business aspect, but as a student, you don't know that. So it's like a lot of mental games. Like even after I hit that game winner, the coach said that was the first time I felt like he said something nice to me because up to then he was always on me, and I'm the type, I'm already my harshest critic.
Yeah.
So I don't actually have to have somebody behind me screaming to make me work harder. I'm already I'm looking in the mirror like asking more self like, why can't you play?
Right.
So I do think it's definitely a mental game that they play, and it's just you got to persevere because it's gonna test what you made of, and